shines. I don't know if it's me or the sun or my skin or the foundation, but it shines. Gray hair everywhere. Old woman, people, Jesus. I'm actually trying this foundation for the first time. I'm curious to see how. I'm usually a NARS girl through and through, but I feel like everybody I know has been talking about this foundation, and so I'm just curious. I blind bought this during the Sephora Family and Friends. Shout out my friend Glow for your code. I blind bought this, and I'm genuinely curious to see how this is on my skin. I usually use a brush on my foundation, but ooh, she's a tad bit, but I'm not mad at it. It legit feels like butter on my skin. Dewy looking. I think it's supposed to be matte. I'm not sure, but I'm more of a dewy makeup girl. So I think I just fell in love with dewy because I also have a very oily skin, and at some point I made peace. I chose to see beauty in my oily skin, and I just think that look your makeup has after it's sat for a while, the oils on your skin has popped up. I think that's literally the dewy makeup look. It's supposed to make, maybe this might be my interpretation, but I think it's supposed to make the oily textured girls love. Oh well, I made a mistake. I don't like to get foundation close to my hairline or even on my forehead. I don't know what I was thinking. Probably dab that a little bit later. Filling it out a little bit. When I'm doing makeup, I play music, and if I start playing my music, I wouldn't be chatting with you guys. But maybe I can talk about something that happened to me today. So I am a first daughter in a Nigerian household. This just means that I am a house manager of some sort, and I'm so used to my siblings, parents, family coming to me for things and just being the most reliable person in the house. And so the past 2-3 days has been literally me on the phone after work with my parents, trying to help them do something or the other. And really, I don't mind doing that. I don't mind doing that for my parents. I love being a reliable person to my friends, to my family. I love that, but I get burnt out. And yesterday was one of the days where I was tired, and I saw my mom's call again, the third time in a row this week, back to back, and I was just so tired. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no, I actually need to sleep. I'm not going to take this. And I went to bed, didn't answer her, and then I was at work. I'm also going to be trying Huda's concealer. I think it's called the Faux Filter Concealer. I blind bought these Huda Beauty items. This is not my usual makeup product, so I'm also learning how this looks on my skin. But yes, I didn't pick up when my mom called, and then she called me again at work this morning. That's bright. I wouldn't use too much because I don't know if it's full coverage or not. I'm going for a very minimal makeup look. Let's start with this. I don't know. And I didn't pick up. And then she basically calls me at work today, and she's like, oh, I called you yesterday and you didn't pick up. You didn't call back either. And I was like, oh, sorry, mother. This is the point where I'm supposed to setting spray. I use the Rare Beauty setting spray. So cute. This does amazing on my skin. I love everything Rare Beauty. I didn't put that much concealer, so I don't know why I'm spraying so much. But essentially, my mom calls me and she's like, oh, I called you and you didn't answer, and you didn't call back to know why I called. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm at work right now, but I really plan to call you back later in the evening. And she calls me and she proceeds to tell me that my dad had gotten into an accident last night. And when she was calling me from the emergency room, and I don't know, my stomach dropped when she said that. I immediately felt so guilty and so bad for choosing in the moment last night without thinking of, oh, why she's calling me. I assumed that she was calling me to ask me to do something for her or ask me to do something for them. And I felt so bad. I felt genuinely so bad, because what if something had happened? I'm sure they would have called me again and again, but She mentioned that my dad got into an accident. Thankfully, everybody's fine, but him and the person that was hit and the cars, maybe some damage to it. But even with the MRIs and x-rays that were done for him, he was perfectly fine. And that's something that I'm so grateful for. But I wonder what other, I don't know what the lesson is here, right? But the point is, I assumed that they were calling me to bother me, and I had just had such a hard day. And sometimes the painful part about leaving, that's beautiful. That's, oh, Huda. I like how it blends. I use just a very tiny amount because I'm not going for a proper full bead look, just something light. And I just like how the foundation shines. I don't know if it's me or the sun or my skin or the foundation, but it shines. But I wonder what the lesson is here. I think I'm still processing what the lesson I'm taking out of this is, but I genuinely really felt so bad and felt really sad that I couldn't be with my mom in the moment, because I know her and I know that woman loves my dad so much, and if he was in the being checked for different things, I'm sure she would have been panicking in that moment, and she really would have needed me to be there for her, make her feel less worried, whatever it was I could be in that moment for her, just knowing that I was too far away from home to know what was going on. And I just don't know if my brothers also would have been available, because at the time when this happened, they probably were still at work or they were out on their own. So I felt so guilty for not answering my mom's call, not prioritizing. I think the lesson is to just talk to your parents, listen, take their calls. I don't give a shit. And this is to me. I answer my parents all the time, but sometimes I'm just like, I'm tired, don't call me. I don't know what the sentiment is usually. The sun is going away, so, but I'm done with my really. I think the moral of the lesson that I'm taking out of this is I should talk to my parents. I should pick up my mom's call at any point in time. Plus, our parents are getting old, guys. Our parents are really getting old and they're not going to be here forever. And I just think that this was some sort of a wake-up call. I don't know. I might just be dramatic and still in my feelings and feeling like I wasn't the reliable daughter that I always am. And I know that the funny thing is I feel bad because I feel like maybe I was just at that sense of familiarity where you don't really rate people that much anymore. Not like I rate my parents crazy, but it's just like if my friend was calling me late at night, I would definitely pick up the phone to see why they're calling me, to make sure they're okay. And that's me with people around me, that's me with my friends. They know that if you called Renita for something, definitely best believe that she'll be there for you. And I think the familiarity thing I'm trying to talk about is just like, I'm so used to my parents. I'm so used to talking to my mom every day and talking to her all the time. I'm so used to her calling me all the time that I literally take it for granted. And God forbid if it was an emergency yesterday and I was just like, oh my God, I spoke to them yesterday, why are they calling me today? I probably would have been in a completely different mood, hating myself for something that could have been avoided. I don't know. The point, I feel like this is for a niche set of people who can relate to the feeling of being the one that's always relied on for every and any. I think, oh my God, my skin is so gorgeous, guys. Like, the way or the golden hour sun is here too. I'm just going out and I want to just look like I didn't do much, but look like dewy and soft. And I think that's the look. And just try this new product. So basically, pick up your call. If your parents are calling, listen, pick up their calls. I'm not even wearing eyeliner or anything like that. My mom started this blue eye mascara trend and I tried it once and it took a little bit of getting used to, but I think I'm obsessed with it now. It's just a little, I don't know, there's a hint of something on your face. People are half the time trying to understand what's different. I think, especially when I don't want to wear an eyeliner, it pops. And it looks different when it dries. Right now it's pretty wet, but I love this. But I felt super guilty because I felt like my mom had called and I didn't answer. I felt bad. I wanted to be there for my girl. She's just a girl. And her man was down and she really needed her girl. And I was gone. I was tired. I needed to sleep. I was exhausted from work. And I forgot to say, this is the Lash Sensational Sky High mascara from Maybelline New York. And for my lips, I'm going in with the Sephora collection. This is one of the best lip liners out there. It is called the Rouge Gel Lip Liner. Just it glides. My only problem is like I run through it so fast. Just subtle. It's also very pigmented. I struggle with finding like lip liners that are not matte looking and that on my lip. I don't know, but this is probably going to be the look. I don't even think I'm going to put anything else because I don't know, my natural lip color is doing what it's supposed to do. I'm going to blow dry my hair a little bit more so it's less. Guys, look at my gray hair everywhere. My old woman, people, Jesus. But okay, thank you for listening to me yap. Try out this amazing products. This is the finished look. Thank you.